Good afternoon, this is Evan with Build Brothers Roofing and Solar doing a digital inspection for a home out in Ramona. I'm on top of a 3-tab shingle roof. Wanted to point out a couple things. So this roof and this roof was installed 25 years ago, and these roofs over here were installed 20 years ago, 15 years ago, also 3-tab shingle over here. So wanted to point out a few things. This type of shingle is not made anymore. It's not manufactured anymore. It's an older style with the 3-tab. After over 20 years of age, you will start to see characteristics like blown off shingle here. The adhesion wears out over time and the material gets very loose. And so when wind hits the roof, these shingles will blow off completely. That's what's happening here. I always want to check how well adhered the material is still to the roof. And as you can see, I'm gently lifting and I should not be able to do this here. This one's still pretty sturdy. And you can also see the exposed fiberglass. So that shiny stuff you're seeing basically exposes the fiberglass and affects the waterproofing capability of the home. The sun will beat down on the roof over time, the oils evaporate and the granules deplete, exposing that fiberglass. And again, when there's a lot of fiberglass exposed, the waterproofing capability is greatly affected. You can just see how deteriorated this material has become. I'm just picking random areas here. You also have cracks in the penetrations. We recommend those get sealed up. This is an area where water can get through and potentially intrude into the home here. So very characteristic of a home or of a roof that is well past 20 years. So this roof has definitely gone past its life expectancy. And I do recommend that the 3-tab shingle roofs get fully replaced. I'll get down. Now I'm back down on the first level. I wanted to point out a few more things here. So when we first inspect roofs, we want to go under the eaves and look at the condition of the wood. You have your fascia board, your rafter tails, and your starter board underneath here. I wanted to point this out. You can see this is characteristic of fascia that has completely rotted out here. You can see how soft it's become and how rotted it is. So we do recommend replacing this during a roof replacement project. You have more blown off shingles here, a lot of exposed fiberglass. And then along the wall here, when this roof was installed 25 years ago, there was no Z-bar flashing that was installed. And so the homeowners have had to seal this up. And this is kind of cool. So you have a 3-tab that's 25 years old here, and a 3-tab shingle that's only 15 years, and then 20 years over here. And it's kind of like a timeline. You can see the levels of deterioration. This roof definitely has shingle that has deteriorated. Not quite as much as over here, but you still see the signs. You can start to see the shingle coming up and losing its adhesion. And again, I really should not be able to lift this material that easily. And the concern is when the shingle gets that loose, eventually wind-driven rain will get through there and into the home from that point. And then on this roof here, you also have a lot of granule depletion as well, as the sun is beat down on the roof over time. And you also have a flat section that the homeowners installed themselves. Did a pretty good job. It's a torch-down modified bitumen. My only concern is it was not heat welded at the seams, which is the proper way to install it. But since it was a do-it-yourself project that they did 4 years ago, that's super common. But when the torch-down roof is installed, you should be heat welding it at the seams to completely seal it up. And so if the homeowners would like to get this replaced, I'm going to recommend our commercial grade TPO flat roofing material for this section here, which has a 20-year manufacturer warranty, 20-year lifespan, and reflects water or allows water to flow off properly and reflects sunlight a lot more effectively than the torch-down material here. So I will recommend that as well. And so in my professional recommendation, it is definitely time for this section here and this section here to get replaced. I am pretty surprised that it has lasted this long without any more impactful leaks. They have the leaks on here with the roof to wall, but I'm surprised it's lasted this long without any additional leaks. So I do recommend fully replacing these sections. These sections probably have a couple years left on them, but I would recommend getting these sections replaced at the same time to be proactive. And so when we come out, we're going to tear off this roof all the way down to the wood decking and address any bad wood that has been significantly compromised by wood rot, dry rot, or termites. Once we do that and rejuvenate the structural integrity of the roof, we'll be installing our synthetic underlayment material over the wood decking, and then our Owens Corning shingle over the top of that. We install starter shingle and a brand new 2-inch drip edge around the entire perimeter. And with the vents, we'll be deleting the old dormer vent, or the old whirlybird vents, and installing O'Hagan ventilation for a low profile look and better breathability for the home. We'll be resealing all penetrations, installing new flashings as necessary. And once we fully install or replace this roof, the roof will be in fantastic shape for the foreseeable future, with a Build Brothers lifetime workmanship warranty and then an Owens Corning 50-year manufacturer's warranty. Now, as I'm looking around, there's an example of O'Hagan vents. So those are the vents that we will install on this roof. I'm going to recommend about 6 to 8 of them on this roof. That's it for my video. I'll show the homeowner. Thanks for watching.